Hi, everyone. We made it. We made it. Well, that's a way to start off the Tommy Maroon Sports Show, especially when it's episode number 300. Oh, my goodness. I don't believe it. Feels like yesterday just started off this show here back in 2019, but enough on that. Yeah, it's the 300th episode. I can't believe it. But enough on that. We got to talk about the Cavaliers. Yes, sirree. Donovan Mitchell, heading into last night's game, led them with 30.9 points per game, and Evan Mobley led the Cavs with 8.8 rebounds per game. Donovan Mitchell, 5.5 assists per game. Jared Allen was shooting 58.6%, so there is that. And Jalen Tyson, 46.2% from three-point land. And Donovan Mitchell, 1.5 steals per game, and Evan Mobley, 1.6 blocks per game. So there is that. You know what there also is? There's also the game recaps. Cavs against the Raptors, where the Cavs lost 126-113. We saw Donovan Mitchell score 31 points and Naquan Tomlin 18, but it was not enough because Scotty Barnes for Toronto, 28 points, 10 rebounds. Emmanuel Quickley, 25 points. Jacob Poeltl, 20 points. You know, the good old Cavaliers, they were up by 10 in the first quarter, but shot under 25% from the three-point line. Obviously, that's not going to win you games, as noted by the fact that they lost by 13. All these games were home, by the way. Cavs, Grizzlies, a 108-100 W. Good. Donovan Mitchell, 30 points. Evan Mobley, 22 points and 13 rebounds. Jared Allen had 16 points. And Jaren Jackson Jr., 26 points. And Santi Aldama with 12 points and 11 rebounds. And Grizzlies were winning for most of the game. But the Cavs had 3 more assists and 3 more rebounds than Memphis. Always good to see that. There's also the Cavs against the Bucks, which is what you're looking at right now. Don't worry, folks. The Cavs won that one, too. 118-106. Donovan Mitchell, 37 points. Sam Merrill had 20 points and 6 threes. Craig Porter Jr., 11 points. And Ryan Rollins, 24 points. Jonathan Antetokounmpo, 14 points from Milwaukee. And you can tell by the video right there, Milwaukee was really on fire to start off this game. They were up by 14 at their peak and had one more assist. But the story wasn't that. The story was that there was a crazy Hail Mary heaved by Evan Mobley with 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Yeah, that don't make no sense. I know, that's odd. But, oh well. Cavs still won, can't complain. What I can complain about is that the Cavs lost to Houston last night, 114-104. Where we saw DeAndre Hunter drill 5 threes, all par 25 points. Donovan Mitchell, 21 points. Alperen Sengun, 28 points, 11 rebounds. And Kevin Durant, 20 points. And Aaron Holiday, 18. Houston was up for almost the entire game and had 9 more rebounds than the Cavs. I'd also just like to say, in the game last night, the Cavs had their 2000s throwbacks, which, as I always like to say, are the best uniforms in franchise history. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the heck out of it. Well, I'm pretty sure we all know that by now. What we didn't know is that the Cavs currently sit, oh boy, 4th place in the Eastern Conference now. My goodness. Tied for 3rd, I ought to say. But yeah, Detroit's on fire. Oh, ye gods. They are on an 11-game winning streak. They just can't stop. Cavs are 10-6 on behalf of the Knicks, who are 9-5, but that's, of course, tied for 3rd. And Toronto's 10-5. So, half a game in front of the Hawks and Heat, who are both 9-6, and 1 game ahead of the Chicago Bulls and Philadelphia 76ers. I tell you, could be worse, could be Washington. Oh, boy, they're 1-13. And Indiana's 2-13 year after making the finals, but that's what happens when you don't have Tyrese Halliburton on your team. A devastating injury, of course, in Game 7 last year. Anyways, Tommy's picks recap. Yeah, let's look at that. Not too shabby in high school football. 18-2. 20 points. As you can tell, I got a lot right. including Eds beating Whitmer 38-6, Manor beating McKinley 25-24, Holben downed Walsh 35-3, or Holben downed Hudson 35-3. Walsh downed Austin down Fitch 42-21. And the good old Hornets shut out North Ridgeville 48-0. It's a date with the Eagles for the third year in a row. We'll talk about that in a minute. 42-21. Avon beat Wadsworth at Art Wright. And then Big Walnut beat Canal Winchester 35-0. And Massillon Washington beat St. Francis de Sales 48-14. And a bit of a shocker, VASJ went to Canfield and shut them out 32-0. And CVCA beat East 30-0. Rocky River got revenge on Buckeye from earlier in the season. They win 48-41 offensive shootout. And Central Catholic is who their opponent will be out in Clyde 41-7. Perry beat West Branch 21-0 in Glenville. They got the win over Lake Catholic 14-3. Cardinal Mooney beat Garfield 56-14, and Girard beat Poland Seminary 28-27. Kirtland against Smithville. Kirtland won that one 35-7. Caraway beat Dalton 25-16. McDonald, they beat Monroeville 40-13. Mogador beat East Cannon 47-14. Let's look at the other football stuff that's going on. The Evil Empire, they did their thing. They're undefeated again. No surprise. What is a surprise is that Franklin and Marshall pulled off the stunner. They pulled off the stunner at home against Johns Hopkins, upsetting the number 3 team in the country on a walk-off 2-point conversion in overtime, 29-28. What a game. River Falls beat Wisconsin Stout 29-19, and we saw Wartburg bounce Buena Vista 63-20. DePaul beat Wabash 41-20. Ithaca beat Corwin in the Corthica game 26-21. Ohio Northern, they are going to a bowl game, not the playoffs, but a bowl game, 56-14. Ursinus, they beat Carnegie Mellon 27-20. Geneva beat Case 43-16. And Wittenberg shuts out Kenyon 35-0. Think Grove City, yeah, they're going to the playoffs. They won 63-14 over Hiram. Washington Jefferson, the Presidents, beat up Port Teal 67-0. And the good old Yellow Jackets end the season strong, down 17 at their peak. We come back. Robbie Feemster Jr. drills a game-winning kick from, I believe, 34 yards away. And the good old Yellow Jackets end the season 8-2 with another tough win over Heidelberg. I tell you, Heidelberg always plays us tough. I don't know why, but that's been the case, at least ever since I got to BW. I think that's always been the case, though. But hey, Coach Over will take that every day of the week. Rose Holman lost 48-0 to MSJ. Hanover beat Franklin 51-18. Marietta, they beat Bluffton 37-14. And UMH beat Mary Hardin Baylor 65, Howard Payne 9. And Wilson Clark 28, Pacific 21. Time for the FBS. Clemson pulls off a shocker at Louisville 20-19. A&M down 30-3 at one point. But they won, don't worry, they didn't choke it. Or South Carolina choked it. And Shane Beamer may not have a job by the end of next season, I'll be quite honest with you. Notre Dame just shellacked Pitt 37-15, and Navy upsets USF 41-38. Speaking of upsets, Arizona beat Cincinnati 30-24. And speaking of upsets, Oklahoma beat Alabama 23-21. Whoa! That was one of the rare instances where Kalen DeBoer in his black hoodie of death, is what they like to say, lost a game. Wow. That's his first loss at Bryant-Denny. But Alabama's still in the playoff race, but so is Oklahoma. Texas Tech beat UCF 48-9, and USC beat Iowa 26-21, and Penn State finally wins. Oh my goodness, what took so long? I don't know. But they won 28-10. Wake Forest beat North Carolina 28-12. Ole Miss beat Florida 34-24. Utah beat Baylor 55-28, and Ohio State's rolling. They are on fire, 48-10. Georgia beat Texas 35-10. Texas playoff hopes might be dead. Mizzou wins 49-27. BYU wins 44-13. NFL, another crazy week. Patriots beat the Jets 27-14. Dolphins, Commanders. I believe that game went to overtime with the Dolphins won 16-13. And the Panthers won their game 30-27 over Atlanta. And Josh Allen having the game of his life. 6 touchdowns, 3 passing, 3 rushing. 44-32 over the rough and tough Buccaneers. That was a tough game for both teams. You knew the winner wasn't going to come away easily. And the Jaguars just beat up the Chargers 35-6. What? I know, shocking. What's also shocking, excuse me. Excuse me. The Bears are in first place in the NFC North. How is that even a thing? 19-17. They're at the Packers. They're at the Lions. We'll get to the Lions game in a bit. And we'll get to the Packers game now. 27-20 over the Giants. Steelers beat the Bengals 34-12. Aaron Rodgers went down, though. And the Texans, they edge out a 3-point win over the lowly Titans, 16-13. 49ers, they beat the Cardinals 41-22. And the Rams win over the Seahawks 21-19. Sam Darnold, oh boy, he threw 4 picks last Sunday. I mean, I suppose it happens. I mean, he's still having himself a good season, of course. And the Ravens beat the Browns. I'm not going into a rant about the Browns. You just know that they suck by now. Broncos are in first place in the AFC West. They win a gutsy game over the Chiefs, 22-19. And the Eagles beat the Lions because the Lions went for it 5 times on 4th down. That's Dan Campbell for you, folks. They failed 5 times. And then there was a horrible pass interference call on a way uncatchable ball. And they just decided to call pass interference on. And the Eagles won the game as a result. I'm not going into a description on that because I'm no Lions fan. But the Cowboys got a very emotional win over the Las Vegas Raiders, 33-16, of course, after the passing of their beloved player Marshawn Nealon. God rest his soul. Hopefully he is at peace right now in what has to be the most emotional Monday night game since the Steve Gleason blocked punt, of course, in 2006. Alrighty, folks, time for Tommy's Picks High School Regional Finals. We'll get to that right now. Ads against Manor. I got to go with the Ads Eagles. I mean, Ads is always at this point. They're always making it to the state semifinals. And Hoban against Walsh. I got to go with Hoban. And that game will be played at Bedford. Ads Manor will be played at Byers. Highland Avon. I've been looking forward to this all season long. I really have, I'll be honest. I knew this was going to happen. You knew darn well this was going to happen. And I'll be honest, I thought 2 years ago when we made the playoffs we weren't going to get to Avon. And then when we did get to Avon, I thought we were going to lose. And sure enough, we did lose. Last year, I thought we were going to get to Avon and lose. And that's exactly what happened. This year, we're going to Brunswick to play Avon. And this year, we're going to win it. Oh boy, Avon's got one heck of a program, but we got one heck of a team. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. That might be the biggest game in the whole state. I know some folks are saying Avon, some folks are saying Highland, some folks are saying we're underdogs. I resent that term. I really resent that term, underdogs, because we are favored in my opinion. This would be the part where I would give a Kurt Russell, Herb Brooks miracle speech, but I don't think we need it. I think we're going to win. I really believe it, man. I mean, this is going to be the biggest win in Hornet history. All my chips are at the table if I'm Mike Gibbons. This is Joe Namath heading into Super Bowl III. This is Mark Messier heading into Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. This is Kurt Schilling heading into the World Series Game 7 when he said, I want the ball because we're going to win if I get the ball. Because this is what's going to happen. If you think Avon is winning, you have not watched Hornet football this season. You have not. I'm sorry. Mike Elder is a great coach. I'm not trying to disrespect Avon. If anything, I'm praising Avon because I want them. That means you're playing the best team in the state, arguably. But for tomorrow night, they won't be. We will win. You can sure bet your life savings on it. Big Walnut against Washington, picking Big Walnut as I get off my ladder for that. VASJ will beat CVCA. Rocky River against Toledo Central Catholic. Toledo Central Catholic's going to pound Rocky River. And Glenville's probably going to pound Perry. Cardinal Mooney against Girard is going to be a good game. I got to go with Girard. Kirtland will beat Caraway, and McDonald will beat Mogador. Oh my, did someone say we're in the Division III football playoffs? Yes, we are. Muhlenberg against Union. I'm picking Union. Framingham State will beat LaGrange. Hanover against Grove City. Got to go with Grove City, the Wolverines. And the Presidents of Washington, Jefferson will beat Susquehanna. And Cortland, they will beat Springfield and Concordia. Wisconsin, Concordia will beat Co. Wheaton will beat Crown. And Whitworth will beat Chapman. And now it's time for FBS picks. Yes, sir. Let's look at them because we can. Oklahoma against Mizzou. Yes, sir. I'm picking Oklahoma. What else is out there? James Franklin's first game at Virginia Tech. Oh, my. I think that's a good hire, folks, but I don't think he's going to beat Miami. He struggles at big games, but I'm pretty sure we all know that by now. SMU against Louisville. I got to pick SMU. I don't know why. That's just what I'm thinking, folks. That's just what I'm thinking. Wyoming against Nevada. I'm picking Wyoming. USC is my upset over the Ducks at Autzen. Notre Dame's my lock of the week against Syracuse. They're going to steamroll Syracuse. Vandy against Kentucky. Picking Vandy. Texas will beat Arkansas. What else is out there? Iowa against Michigan State. I'm picking Iowa. North Carolina against Duke. Picking Duke. Because Bill Belichick's not a good coach at North Carolina. I knew that was going to be a disaster right from the start, and I was right like I always am. Maryland against Michigan. Picking Michigan. Georgia Tech against Pitt. Picking Georgia Tech. Penn State against Nebraska. Picking Nebraska. And Florida against Tennessee. That's usually the third Saturday of September. I don't know why they're playing it. Let's look here. I think it is the fourth Saturday in November. Yeah, that's odd. Oh, well, probably because they completely jacked up everything in the SEC with more teams and said a heck with those conferences in the SEC divisions in the conferences. But, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Tennessee will win, and Illinois will beat Wisconsin, Cincinnati will beat BYU. Time for the NFL. Tonight, it's Texans-Bills out in Houston, but I got to go with Buffalo. The Ravens will just murder the Jets. You know that for a fact. This is going to be a good game. Bears against the Steelers. Who would have thunk that? Well, I think the Steelers are going to win because they always magically find a way to win. They always bail out the high-end town, as your name tree says it best, and they always find a way. He's a diehard Steelers fan. I'm not, of course. Bengals against the Patriots. My lock of the week is New England. The Lions will bounce back with a win over the Jets. Packers will beat the Vikings. Here's an upset. The Chiefs will beat the Colts. I mean, if they don't beat the Colts, oh boy, their season might be doomed. Doomed, I tell you. Oh my goodness, they're 0-5 in one-score games this season. What on earth is going on? They usually win the one-score games. Hey, I'm not complaining. Seahawks will murder the Titans. Cardinals will beat the Jaguars. Raiders and the Browns in what will be quite the snooze fest, if I were to say so myself. My pick goes with Vegas because the Browns can't find anything right. But Shadur Sanders is starting. Pretty good. Shadur Sanders is good. He is a good guy. He didn't do that bad. I know he kind of struggled, but you got to remember he had no reps, no nothing. He was just thrown into a dumpster fire and didn't do that bad, in my opinion. Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Saints against the Falcons. Saints. Someone's got to win that game, too. Rams, Buccaneers, picking the Buccaneers on Sunday night. And the 49ers, Panthers on Monday night. I'm going with the 49ers. Well, can't believe it that we're 1 week away from Thanksgiving. that can only mean one thing, my annual or my weekly thing for the Meadows Turkey Bowl, the greatest thing you will ever see, in my opinion. Draft night will be sometime eventually. And Thanksgiving morning, 8 a.m., the Meadows Turkey Bowl will be played. I will be on the call for it. I can't wait for it. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. It's a backyard football game. It's going to be a whole lot of entertainment. I just really believe you will enjoy it. I really believe it. Oh boy, I just cannot wait. But anyways, that's enough. Tomorrow night at Brunswick, WHBW is going to have you covered for the biggest game of the season where Highland will win. I really believe we're going to win. I honestly, wholeheartedly believe it. We're beating Avon tomorrow night. I already talked about why we're beating Avon, but you got the gist. 300 episodes down. Hopefully a lot more to come in the future. Time for thanking you. Yes, you folks for watching. Have a good week.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.